Hello, I'm Gary Slyman, President and Founder of Great Transition Strategies. Today's topic, why are you and why is your organization so successful? Can you answer that question? If I asked you a question to say your organization wasn't doing so well, and I asked you, what's going on with your organization? You probably could tell me. Why would you be able to tell me the answer to that? Because when things are not going well, what are you doing? You're digging in. You're getting the data. Focus groups. What's happening? You're trying to figure out what is wrong and why it's wrong. So my question to you is, why don't you have that diligence when things are going well? Should you? And some organizations do, but do you? I'm going to say if you cannot specifically answer why your organization is doing so well, you're one dumb decision away from the whole thing coming crashing down. Because you might go and move something because you think it's your fault because you're the leader. You think the reason we're doing so well is I'm the leader. I'm going to move some things around. And you might have just pulled the plug and all the water goes down the tubes. All right. So how can you figure this out? Here's a recommendation I have for you. At your next staff meeting, go and ask that question. Bring your leadership team together and ask them a question. Why are we so successful? Two answers will bring up flags. If the answer is very nonspecific and they can't tell you, if they can't be specific about why you're successful, that's a problem. The other one is if they're specific and say, oh yeah, it's because Julie, our COO, she knows how to pull the strings and she sees what's going on, so she's like a maestro. That's a problem too. If it's that specific and it goes to just one area, that's a problem because that's your single point of failure and you need to do something about that. So, two flags. One, nebulous, unspecific, or too specific in one area. If they could specifically talk about, hey, we're good because of all these areas, here's what we've done, you got to feel pretty good about it. All right, so that's question number one for your team, your leadership team when they're together. Question number two. If you were going to bring this organization down and really make it fail, what would you do? If they say, send Julie home sick for a month, then you know, okay, that's our single point of failure. But now they can tell you, they're in it every day and they know the challenges that they have. And they can tell you, oh, here's our problem. This is, if I'm going to bring it down, the supply chain here, this is our weakest part because, and this is what's going to happen. And we just seen with COVID-19 how supply chain has brought organizations down and the problems they've caused. So those individuals will be able to tell you and help you pinpoint what's wrong or what's weak in your organization or what's a threat to your organization. Now you have the people there in the room say, okay, what are we going to do about it so that way this organization does not have a single point of failure and we know our weaknesses and we've addressed them. I always look at an analogy to a sports team. You think about that football team that someone gets hurt and oh no, now what? You want to be able to have the systems in place and the personnel in place and trained so they can plug in and do an adequate job. When a Hall of Fame quarterback goes down, you're not going to replace that. But you want to replace them with someone who's capable and can step in and keep things moving. That's what you need in your organization. Look at your people, look at your systems, look at your organizations. So, the question, what makes us so successful? Get the answers. If it's nebulous, it's a problem, or if it's very specific to one area, that's a problem. How would you break this organization? See what they tell you, and now you got a place to go and make yourself a way and a methodology to make yourself stronger. Thanks for listening. Look forward to the opportunity to work with you and help make your organization, your leadership and your organization stronger.